In our last video, Top 10 Famous Paintings by Women, we asked you to share your top 10 paintings by women artists. And one comment from JPP Oil Paintings NL sparked a brilliant idea. He couldn't choose specific paintings, but shared 3 incredible women artists that he really like. So we thought, why not turn this into a series? Welcome to Most Wanted, Mikono subscriber and viewers picks. In this series, you get to shape the content. Whether it's a video on your favourite women artists, specific paintings, or even art movements like postmodernism, we want to hear your suggestions. And we're keeping it broad, historic, contemporary, or even your best mate who makes brilliant art. Drop your ideas in the comments and let us know what you want us create. Now, let's jump into JPP Oil Paintings NL Top 3 Women Artists. Sarah is an American artist and professor of visual arts at Columbia University. She's developed a unique visual style that blends different mediums like painting, sculpture, sound, print, drawing, video, and architecture. Her work pushes the limits between digital and analog, the physical and imagined, and the permanent and temporary. Sarah challenges the idea of mass-produced, low-value items in prestigious settings, showing that everyday objects can be seen as art. She wants her work to create a sense of wonder and curiosity, to make people see the world in a new way and question their perceptions of space and time. Sarah says that art is really about having a conversation over time. You stand in front of a great artwork and you're speaking across generations. Here's a short clip from Sarah's TED Talks where she explains how she views art and where she asks the seemingly simple questions to the audience. Where does an artwork begin?
I want to start with a question. Where does an artwork begin? Now, sometimes that question is absurd. It can seem deceptively simple, as it was when I asked the question with this piece, Portable Planetarium, that I made in 2010. I asked the question, what would it look like to build a planetarium of one's own? I know you all ask that every morning, but I asked myself that question. And as an artist, I was thinking about our effort, our desire, our continual longing that we've had over the years to make meaning of the world around us through materials. And for me, to try and find a kind of wonder, but also a kind of futility that lies in that very fragile pursuit is part of my artwork. So I bring together the materials I find around me, I gather them to try and create experiences, immersive experiences that occupy rooms, they occupy walls, landscapes, buildings, but ultimately I want them to occupy memory.
I have linked her TED Talk in the description box so you can view her whole TED Talk. You can definitely tell that her art makes you wonder and ask questions about how we perceive objects in different settings and why that is. Next is Yiadom Boakye, a British painter and writer of Ghanaian heritage. She is best known for painting portraits of imaginary people or ones inspired by everyday objects she comes across. She uses soft, quiet colours in her paintings, mainly portraying imaginary black people. Her work has played an important role in bringing back interest in painting black figures in art. Her paintings focus on people, using gentle and muted colours. Lynette says, "I don't use black pigment. It completely deadens things. I use a mixture of brown and blue instead." The dark tones in her work create a calm atmosphere and make her subjects feel timeless. Her portraits often show people reading, relaxing, or resting in traditional poses. She gives them thoughtful expressions and easy, natural gestures, which many people find relatable. Some say her popularity is partly because of this. Lynette tries to make her subjects look like they don't belong to a specific time period, often leaving out details like shoes that might suggest when the painting was made. She paints quickly, without rough sketches, making things up as she goes. She usually finishes a painting in one day, though the next day she might add more or decide to get rid of it if she's not happy with how it turned out. Lynette gets inspiration for her paintings from everyday objects, her own memories, books, and the history of painting. She is also inspired by music and artists like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Nick Drake, and Lisa Yuskavage, among others. Now to at JPP Oil Paintings NL's favourite by far, Boakye Mutu. And it's easy to see why. Boakye is a Kenyan-American artist whose work focuses on the female body. She uses collage, painting, immersive installations, and video performances to explore themes like self-image, gender roles, cultural trauma, environmental damage, and ideas of beauty and power. She splits her time between Kenya and the US. She describes Kenya as a beautiful country, even though it has been affected by the trauma of British influence and colonialism. Boakye says, "It's the difference between a plant with one root and one with a network of roots. If a plant has just one root, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stand straight and strong. The idea of having many roots, of being grounded in different places, is extremely empowering for me." Boakye is dedicated to changing the way we talk about womanhood and challenges the racist and sexist ideas often found in Western culture. She explains, "I took these idealized, stereotyped images of women and Eden-like tropical images of Africa to create new images, full of my own emotional upset at the originals. I was taking apart the images of a world that refused to acknowledge me." One of Boakye's most famous works is Yo Mama. It's a tribute to Funmilayo Anikulapo Kuti, the mother of famous Afrobeat musician Fela Kuti. Funmilayo was a pioneering feminist, and she is said to have been the first woman in Nigeria to drive a car. She fought against the practice of female genital mutilation. In Yo Mama, Boakye portrays Funmilayo as Eve, described as the first woman created by God in the Christian faith. Boakye reclaims the story of womanhood, turning it into one of strength and defiance. The headless serpent, which is often a symbol of temptation and sin, lies powerless under her boot, symbolizing her defiance against oppressive traditions and patriarchal control. This artwork not only honors Funmilayo's legacy, but also speaks to wider themes of resistance and empowerment for women. So these are at JPP Oil Paintings NL's top picks. Now we want to hear from you. What do you want us to cover? Share with us in the comments. And don't forget to pay at JPP Oil Paintings NL a visit. He has amazing art playlists. Link in the description box. And as always, if you want to back other women artists, then we welcome you to join our mission to make Mikono Art an educational platform for girls, women, and anyone interested in women in the arts. So we can all comfortably answer the simple question: can you name 5 women artists? You're supporting our mission by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing our channel and videos. Or just give us an emoji in the comments. It'll help us a lot and encourage us to create more videos. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the artistic world.